Welcome to the course IT workshop. So this is your syllabus, right? So the course name is IT workshop. So in this course you are going to learn about various web technologies along with some softwares which is related to the server side along with some data structures. So the course topic is HTML. So in this HTML, right, you will able to create a web pages along with you can create websites also. So website is nothing but simply a collection of web pages, and also you can able to learn about the database which is used for the backend, how to store the data, right? And along with the some server side softwares like Apache Web Server, Tomcat Web Server, right? And one more backend technology that is PHP, which is also used at the backend, right? And along with some Linux commands. So you already know about some of the basic commands, because you can able to use the Linux like Ubuntu OS in a P1, P2, right? So here we can able to learn some more commands which are used to how to create files, how to operate the different files, and along with the LaTeX software which is used to create documents. So if you want to do any project or whatever you want to deliver to some other person, so first you need to require a documentation for any project, right? So this LaTeX is used to create even individual teacher or a student can also do the documentation for any particular course or some other else, right? So we need to know how to then write the documents, how to create the documents, right? So that can be covered in this LaTeX. So there you can create tables, how to use the margin, right? So how to insert differences like who is the author, like both that information can be, you can work out with the LaTeX. And the last one is Python. We already learned different modules in Python, right? Like random module, math module, right? So in this you can also learn two more modules which are NumPy and Pandas libraries, right? These are two more modules along with the random module or OS module like system module, right? So here NumPy module used to works on arrays. So you may, or I think you may work on only one dimension, two dimension arrays, right? In P2. So here by using NumPy you can work out with the multi-dimensional arrays also. And Pandas will cover the data structures part. Like you can also work out different functions available in mathematical algebra, right? So that comes, Pandas will completely works on analyzing, how to analyze the data, right? So this is your syllabus for this semester, right? Now today's session we are going to start with the topic like HTML, right? This is your introduction to the HTML part, right? So the course name is IT Workshop, and your code is CS1802. And here we are going to learn about, in this session we are going to learn about introduction to the HTML part. So basically, before going to the learn HTML, now we need to know what is the history of that HTML, right? That history means who are created with the, right, how it is developed and what is the different versions, right? So here, so HTML is developed by Sir Tim Berners-Lee in 1991, okay? And in 1996, the WWC became the authority to maintain the HTML specifications. And internal standards were released in 2000. And the current version we are using, whatever we are going to learn in this course, that is completely, that version is HTML5. Okay. So we are going to work out with the HTML5 version in this course. And so what is an HTML? So generally HTML abbreviation is like hypertext markup language, right? So HTML abbreviation hypertext markup language. So what does it mean individual terms? So hypertext means a text with a link embedded in it. So you already know about when you are using a Word document like Microsoft Word, there you can use one option like hyperlink. So what does it mean? There you are going to create one website link. So if you are click on that, right, that is going to be redirected to that particular website. So that is called a hypertext. So the text with a link embedded in. That means the text is going to hide the link which is inside it. We are going to be embedded in. So if you click on that link, it will open a new web page. So apart from the text, the hypertext may contain like HTML tables, HTML web lists, forms, images, so on. So same like that links, we can also create a tables and list. So list means you can list out the different items like, okay, and different forms and along with the images. So next term is markup language. So we finished that hypertext, right? So next term is markup language. So markup language uses a tags to define elements within a document. So by using, so HTML completely focus on the single name called tags. So in order to define any web page, we need to use different tags in a particular document. So it contains familiar words that human readable like. So in HTML, we can also, we definitely will deal with the general readable terms that is called forms like tables, links, like, okay, it's like if you want to create a text with the bold, right, and italic. So we are going to use the general terms only. So no need to worry about the how to remember that different terminology while learning this system. So just forget about that complexity, right, analysis. And every tag in markup language has a special meaning of its own and performs particular operation. So each tag has its own special meaning to do that particular operation. So generally, so this is about the abbreviation for the HTML, right, and how it is going to be works. And next, HTML tells the browser how to display the contents of a hypertext document. That means the documents including text, images, and other supported media. So this HTML is going to tell the browser how to display the content which is developed by the program. Right? So this is about what is an HTML. So next, we'll move on to the advantage of HTML. So HTML is a must for students who are working or who are wants to become a software engineer, especially when they are working with the web development. So they need to learn. So it does not mean that so only that person, that software engineers need to learn this, right? So everyone, not only computer science students. So apart from the other than CSC, non-CSC students also can learn this HTML because this is the basic one. So everyone wants to create their own web page, right? Because I want to show my own details into the website, right? Or in the website, World Wide Web. So this is a basic and useful for any engineer, right? Not only engineer, anyone can learn this. If you want to show your whatever your capability, right? So by using website, so everything will posted into the internet. Right? Nowadays, we are going to whatever you want to, right, tell to the others by using internet only. So that will comes with the HTML only, right? So this is basically when HTML is apart from the mainly used for the software engineers who are working with the web development. And the advantage of this HTML is creating website. So you can create a website, right, by using HTML. And you can become a web designer. So if you want to start a career as a professional web designer, so you need to learn HTML. This is the basic one. So later on you can add different technologies, but this is if you want to create any website, the basic you must have the knowledge on this HTML only. So without HTML we can't create any website and understand the web. So if you want to optimize your website or to boost the speed and performance, right? So we need to know HTML to get the best result on the particular web and learn other languages. So once you understand the basic HTML, then other related techniques like JavaScript, PHP, Angular, JavaScript, right? React.js. So these are the other programming languages which maybe works along with the HTML, right? So once you get the knowledge on HTML, then you can move on to the next technologies which are linked up with the HTML. Like whatever we said, like JavaScript, PHP, those are also linked with this HTML, right? So once you get the knowledge on this HTML, you can move on to the next upcoming term. You can also in this chapter we'll give some brief idea about JavaScript also, right? So how to make animations like in the web page, like so that is comes with the part JavaScript, and PHP is backend purpose that like if you are going to work with the database, how to store the data from web page to the that your database. So these are the advantages of HTML. Next, features of HTML. So HTML describes the structure of web page. So the human readable HTML tags represent elements in a web page. So all the elements in a web page are nothing but the tags. We can call each element in the web page called as a tag. So by using tags only, we can able to display the content in a web page, right? And HTML is universally supported by all the browsers. So HTML will support by the all browsers. It's a dependent of to the browser. So HTML is called as a platform independent. So that can be supported by all the browsers. So if you take an Internet Explorer, or if you take Mozilla Firefox or Chrome, right, or Opera, you can take anything. So HTML, if you create a web page with HTML, that can be opened by any of the web browser. So it is a standard markup language for all websites. So HTML can give a support in enhancing the experience in a gaming arena also. So current version, that is HTML5, we can able to also use it for the gaming purpose also. And it is easy to learn and implement. You can quickly learn HTML programming, right? So by this code, and it is as we discussed, it is a platform independent. That is, it's supported by all the operating systems. It does not depend on that individual operating system. So once you create any web page or website with this HTML in one particular operating system, so without modifications, you can execute the same same program in other operating system also. So that's why this HTML is called platform independent. So, and we also discussed how the question may rise like why we learn HTML, right? So all websites present on the internet use HTML for the basic structure setup. So we will discuss any website. If you take any website that you visit till now, that will made up of using HTML only. So we talk with the browser through HTML only. So how you are communicating with the browser? That is by using only HTML. So we give instructions to the browser in the form of HTML code. So browser passes that HTML code and gives us out the output in the form of web page. So nearly 1.2 billion websites online today, and all of them websites using HTML only. You can strongly say that so without HTML, there is no concept of websites or web pages. So if you are interested in developing websites and gaining in the depth of knowledge of HTML, please try to concentrate on this course. So this will helpful even after whoever you are in the field, different field, not only the software field. If you are getting the job in different field, this can be helpful. Remember my word. Okay. Even if you want to show something which is surrounded by you, that also you need the help of website, right? So that's why I'm strongly say that please try to learn seriously with this HTML. And coming to the terminals that we are going to use in currently, right? Web environment. So the terms are www, that is World Wide Web. And HTML we already know, hypertext markup language, language of web pages on the World Wide Web. So HTML is, you can call it the text formatting language. We can formatting the text, right? So whatever we can able to see on the websites or web pages, that is a character formatting, right? Like one text may be displayed in the bold, and one text will be displayed like italic, or if some text is highlighted with some color, right? So that's why HTML is called as a text formatting language, right? Some text is going to making with the underline, right? And next term is URL, Uniform Resource Locator, and the browser. So browser nothing but this is a software. HTML is not a software, okay? The browser is a software program which is used to show web pages. So whatever you develop the pages with the code HTML, so in order to display the content which you developed in the HTML, that need to show with the help of browsers. So without browsers, we can't use. There is nothing use of this HTML, right? So that is use of browser. Now let's start with the HTML. Now how to develop a web page by using HTML. So what are the prerequisites? What are the knowledge we have to learn the HTML? So let's start with the HTML, right? Now write the HTML code in a notepad. So you already know what is notepad. So when you take Windows operating system, there is a text. You want to write the text, you need to use the notepad. Even you can use Microsoft Word also, right? But that is not a text formatting operator, that is not works with the HTML. So if you have Windows operating system, use notepad. So if you are using Linux or Ubuntu, please use the text editor, right? And write whatever the HTML code you want to develop that in notepad or text editor, and save with that file by using the extension like .html. So save that file name with some name and use the extension .html or htm. So for HTML document, we use the extension .htm or .html, right? And view the page in any web browsers like Internet Explorer or Netscape Navigator or anything. Okay. So once you save that file with the file name .html, try to open that file with the browser. Just right click on that notepad and open with any browser, right? So that is going to display the content you developed in that HTML document. And the purpose of a web browser is read the HTML document and display them as the web pages. So that is the purpose of the web browser. Just it's going to display the content you developed in that particular HTML document. So this is the procedure, right? So what is the requirement? So did you require any software for this to learn HTML? So with the existed technologies or whatever the installations done in your operating system, right? You can start with the learning of HTML. So no need to install the new software. So just you require Notepad in a Windows operating system along with the browser installation. So already everyone having any of the one browser, right? Maybe some of using my Mozilla Firefox or Chrome. And if you are using Linux or Ubuntu, just you already have the already installed text editor, right? So only we have to just you re-verify it whether we have a notepad along with the browser and text editor with the browser. But that is in different operating system. So no need to require the install new software. So this is the basic code with the HTML. So these when you take any websites, so these are the basic code written in HTML document. Let's start with this. Okay. Now how to open that notepad in a Windows? just you type notepad here in the search bar, right? Or so just you click on open here, or do something, just click on Windows button and R. You will get the run tab here. There you can type notepad also. And click on OK. Right? Now write the HTML code. Yes, I'm going to type the same code which is displayed here. So everything you need to. Yeah, okay. What's that? What do you want to repeat? How to open that notepad? Yes, if you are using Windows 10 or 7, you need to go with the accessories. So if you are using Windows 10, just type the notepad here. Simple text software. Right? Just click on open here. Or you can use, so in the keyboard you have Windows button, right? Windows button that after Control and or before the Alt. So just hold that Windows button and press the key R, letter R. Windows button plus R. So you will get this window. So there you can type notepad here. Right? Just click on, this is a shortcut. So instead of searching and click on open, just you open that run window, just type the notepad. This is a shortcut key for opening some exist software. So you can write Windows if you want to work with the Microsoft Word. You can write WinWord and click on OK. It's going to open that Microsoft Paint. Right? Right? So write the HTML code. So anything, the tags, so everything, the HTML will works with the single concept called tags. So tag means this less than symbol and greater than symbol. So in that you need to specify that particular tag name. So here you can call HTML is also one tag name. And you can observe here HEAD, head. Head is also one tag. Title is also one tag. So whatever the word you specified in between these less than and greater than symbol, that is called a tag. Right? So this is open tag, this is closed tag. So if you starts with the backslash, right? So that is called a closing tag. Open tag, this is called closing tag. So this is going to tell us about this document is a HTML document. So if you starts with this, if you write any code which starts with this HTML and if it is ends with this, we can say that that is an HTML document. You can save this file. So just select the location where you want to store it. So I want to store it desktop. So just click on the desktop, right? Then write the file name. Like I want to type like this is my first web page. So what is the extension we need to use to create an HTML document? .html. So if you are write like txt means that is a text file. So .doc means that is a Word document. .pdf means that is a PDF document. Right? So .py nothing but there is a Python file. Right? So now save it. Now go to the desktop once. So you can observe here. This the file name which we saved now. That is webpage.html. Now my default browser is Chrome. That's why it is going to show that Chrome symbol here. So if your browser default browser is Firefox, it's going to show that symbol with that Firefox symbol. Or if your default browser is Internet Explorer, It's going to show with the symbol Internet Explorer symbol, that E, right? Now you can open this. How to open this? Right click on this, just go with the open with tab, and you can choose the Google Chrome, or you can open with Firefox, or you can open with Internet Explorer also, and also you can use Microsoft Edge. This is also one of the browser from Microsoft, right? So I want to choose Microsoft Chrome, sorry, Google Chrome here. So this is my web page, right? So there you can find here webpage.html. So if you place anything here, that is going to show what is that website name. This is Gmail. This is our LMS, right? This is our first web page.html, right? So we are not write anything here, right? It is a empty document. We are not writing any code in that HTML, right? So did you write anything? So whatever you want to display in this web page, so you need to write in between these HTML tags, right? It's a simply empty web page. So whatever you written the code, that is going to be displayed here. So this HTML is going to be tell the browser to please display something whatever I written in this HTML. Right, now the next tag is title. Write the title here. So title is also one tag that is used to display the title of that particular web page. This is my first web page. I want to write like this is my first web page. Right? Before that, you need to write the head tag. Without head tag, we can't write title tag. And once you open it, you need to close that tag. So head tag must be lies in between. Yeah, please.
Sir, can we use small letter, capital letters instead of small letters?
Say that. So HTML is a non-case sensitive language. Like Python is a case sensitive, right? There we have to use the word as it is.
Yes.
But HTML is a non-case sensitive language. So you can use uppercase letters or lowercase letters for any tag. So you can observe here. I want to write like HTML here. Right? So both you can use it. This is called HTML is a not case sensitive, non-case sensitive language. And use the title here. So this is open HTML tag, this is open head tag, this is open title tag, right? And always the head tag must lies in HTML tags, and title must be lies in head tag.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir?
Yeah, tell me please.
Sir, if we open a tag with using capital letters, and if we close a tag using small letters, will it work?
Yeah, no issues. Yeah, no issues, no problem. You can use either one, or you can use the combination also.
Okay, sir.
Right? Now just save this, right? And just visit that web page. Just click on refresh here, or reload the web page, or you can use simple F5 also. Okay. Yes, I'm going to reload the page. That is called. I'm going to refresh my web page, so that it is going to updated the code which you written in this notepad. Right? Now, did you observe anything happened here? Nothing happened. Why? You are not written anything still now. This is the called body of the web page. So we are not written any code in the body of the web page. Just we write the title of that web page. What is our web page title? So you can observe here. In the previous case, we have like web page, right? Now you can observe here. What is the name of our web page? This is my first web page. Previously, you will have simple name called webpage.html. Now that is going to modify with this name. This is my first web page. This is called the title of web page. So if you take any web page, it's going to display the title of that particular web page. This is called Gmail. This is called LMS, right? So same right here. This is my first web page. That is called, right, the title of that particular web page. So if you want to write the title, you need to use the title tag in between head tag, right? So you can observe here the previous question, like, so what happens if you use one uppercase letters and one lowercase combination? So you can use any combination, right? So it's not a problem. So, but try to use a lowercase letters only to avoid the confusion. Either you can use all uppercase letters or go for the lowercase letters. So this is the first web page creation. Okay. Right here. Yeah.
Sir, what is the use of head here?
Yeah, whatever you want to display on the head of this web page, that we need to use within the head tag. So we have two parts in a web page. One is head, another is body. So if you want to apply anything on this head of this web page, we need to use the information in head tag, and the body tag will display all the information in this blank page. So let us we'll discuss in everything. Okay. So
okay, sir.
After head tag, go with the body tag. This is also contains open and close tags. So whatever you written in this, right? So my first, so I'm able to create web page using HTML. So whatever you written in this body, that is going to display on the body of the web page. So just one refresh it, right? So I'm able to create a web page using HTML, right? So this is the HTML open and close tag. So that is going to, right, tell the users. So this is a HTML document, and head tag will use it to display the title. Mainly the head tags will use it to display the title, or you can use the head tag if you want to apply some text formats. Like if I want to use all the text in that body with some font size like 20, so you can use that code in the head tag also. So whatever the common information, if you want to apply for all the web page, entire web page, you can use the head tag. And title tag is used to display the title of that particular web page. And body tag will be used to display the content in the body of the web page, right? So all these tags, whatever I written here, will must have open tag and close tag, right? So open tag means just combination of this less than and greater than symbol, and the closing tag contains an extra character, that is backslash. Okay. So this is a simple web page. How to create a simple web page. And remember one thing, all the HTML tags you should remember it. There is nothing to be, you are not created any new tags. So we have to use all the tags which is already created. So without remembering, you can't create any website or web page. So right. So this is a basic HTML page, right? So we'll discuss about the each, what is tag, what is HTML tag, what is a tag, title tag, or what is the body tag. Okay. We'll discuss one by one in depth in the upcoming slides. And the next, you may question like, what is HTML, right? Whether it is a programming language or whether it is a software, right? Or is there anything else, right? Now you can just remember that HTML is a web page layout language. This is used for creating a web page. That's why HTML is a web page layout language, and you can call it as a hyperlink specification language. And what is HTML not? That is, what is it is not? That is, it is not a word processing tool. So we are not processing any data in HTML. As already discussed that you can use, so why can't we use the Microsoft Word instead of Notepad? That is a word processing tool, right? So there you can process the data, like modifying the text, or you can apply the bold, or apply the underlines, applying the stripe, or subscript, superscript, right? Or increase the font size, like, right? But HTML is not a word processing tool. So there you are not processing any data, and it is not a programming language. So there we are not writing any logics, any if conditions, any operators, right? Those are not happens here. So that's why HTML is not a programming language. So if anyone asks like, is HTML is a programming language? No, because we don't have used that concept of logics or the functions. Okay. So HTML is not a processing tool and not a programming language. Just it is a simple web page layout language or text formatting language. And writing HTML documents. So just you remember that HTML is made up of only two terms. So one is tag and other is attribute. So if you ask anything, what are the main components in HTML, you can simply say that what is the tag and other is the attribute. So what is the tag? The tag is a coded HTML command. So everything is a command based in HTML. So that is called a tag. So a tag is coded HTML. Coded means it's already created one. That indicates how a part of web page should be displayed. So by using the tags only, we can tell the browser to how to display that information, where to display it. Like if you take title, so title is going to be displayed on the top of the web page, right? Like body will show the whatever the content you develop, that is going to be displayed on the body of the web page. Like all HTML tags are contained with the angle brackets, right? So this is called angle brackets. This is less than, this is the greater than symbol. So here you can observe the simple example. So this is less than and greater than angle brackets here. So if you specifying head name here, so this is called a tag. Similarly, you can use H1 also. So H1 is nothing but this is specifying your headings. Highest heading is H1 and the lowest heading is 6. We have 6 heading tags based on the font size or the text size, displaying the text size. Like what is an attribute? So this is about tag. So tag is going to be displayed in between two angle brackets, that is less than and greater than symbol. An attribute is simply called a special word and used to inside a tag, and this attribute must be used inside the tag. That means before this greater than symbol. To specify additional information to tag such as color, alignment, or text size, or background color, light, right? So if you want to add more rich look to your tag, right, you need to use the attribute. And you can say that HTML is not case sensitive. So we can already say that HTML is a not case sensitive. That is, we can use uppercase tags or lowercase tags. So HTML tags are not case sensitive. Like this is also one more tag. It's P. P means paragraph, which means the paragraph. So if you want to write paragraph, right, you can use that P tag. So here uppercase P and lowercase p are same. Like HEAD, uppercase letters and lowercase letters, both are same. Now coming to the in-depth of the tags. So HTML tag elements and tags. So an HTML element is defined as a starting tag, some content in that, and has an end tag. Like, right, this is starting tag, right, and this is called ending tag. So in between you have to write some content on the particular tags. So The tag is always included in a angle bracket. HTML tags normally come in pairs like this is the open tag or starting tag. This is the closing tag, or you can call it the end tag, right? So just observe, remember this open tag or starting tag, and this is the ending tag or closing tag. So start and end tags are called like opening tags and closing tags. So this is about the tags, how to write the tags. So just remember only two angle bracket, that is less than and symbol for open, and you need to add extra special character, that is backslash, that is used for close tag. And next term is, we already discussed that HTML is made up of tag and attribute, right? So we finished this tag, and next term is attribute. So all HTML elements can have attributes. So that means all tags can have the attributes. So attributes provide additional information about the elements, and attributes are always specified in the starting tag only. So we do not specify the attribute information in that closed tag. So we need to specify the attribute information, or whatever we want to additional information to that particular tag, you need to specify in the starting tag only. And attributes usually come in a name value page, like you need to write the attributes, like you need to specify the attribute name, then place the equal symbol, and then you need to use the value. Like there is a, like for example, take one example, that is href attribute. Href means this is a hypertext reference. So if you want to use a email link for a particular text, right? So that is called a tag name called a. This is called an attribute, right, which is used to create a hyperlink text, right? So here the tag a defines a hyperlink, and href is called attribute. This is a tag, and this href is called an attribute. So how to use attribute? So we need to use the attribute name, and you need to use the value is going to be assigned to that. Right? Here href attribute specify the URL of the page the link goes to. So when you click on this tag name, right, whatever the value specified in this attribute, that is going to be redirected to the web page. So here is the example here. Let's start with the how to write the tag open and close tag, right? So this is open here, and this is the closing here. This is opening tag or starting tag. So in between less than symbol and greater than symbol, and this is called attribute. This is the additional information. So without using this also, you can write the tag. Simply you can write like this also, like HTML tag or header tag, title tag. So this is, I want to use one attribute. This is called an extra information or additional information. So href equal to, right, this is the attribute name equals to, this is the value. What is the value here? This is the one name of the particular website, that is called rgk.ac.in, right? And I can use some extra information. This is called content of the particular tag. Like here, after here, in between title tags, I write the information here. In between starting tag and close tag, I write this content here, my first page. Same here, this is the starting tag, A and A here, up to here. This is the close tag. So in between, I would like to write something here, right? So this is called an attribute. So attribute information must use in starting tag only, right? We will discuss about this href attribute in upcoming session. Just focus on what is an attribute, how to write the attribute. So just forget about all this information, how to write this link or how to write about this. Just concentrate on the what is an attribute. So attribute is simply called an additional information to the tags, and which is written in starting tag only. And how to write attribute? Use the attribute name is equal to, you need to specify the value. That value and the attribute names we'll discuss in next slide. Right? What are the different attribute names and what are the values, right, allocated to that particular attribute. And this is the basic web page or HTML document structure. Previously you asked like that, what is head tag, what is title tags, or what is body tag, right? So here HTML nothing but this tag identifies the document as an HTML document, and HTML document begins with, so this is an HTML open tag and close tag. That nothing but this is going to tell. So this is an HTML document. So yeah, by seeing this open HTML tag and closed HTML tag, we can say that this is an HTML document. And coming to the head tags. So this head tag contains the information about the document, that includes the title and the document description. You can write the description of this web page also, right, in the head tag. So the head tag is entered in between HTML tags. So always this head tag must lies in between HTML only. This open HTML and closed HTML. And coming to the title of tag. So this tag contains the document title. The title specified inside the title tag appears on the browser's title bar. So we already discussed about here, right? This is called a title bar, right? And the body tag, right? This is the open body tag and closed body tag. Please mute someone. Please mute your mic, and we are getting disturbance. And this body tag encloses all the tags, attributes, and information to this, right? So the body tag encloses all the tags and attributes and information to the displayed on the web page. So in body tag, you can define any number of tags. So whatever you define in the body tag, that is going to be displayed on the web page body. And the body tag is entered below the head tag and above the HTML tag. So this body tag you need to define below the head tag and above the HTML tag. So these are the basic tags to create a web page by using HTML. So you can observe any basic web browser. So this is called the title. So whatever you able to see here, that is called a title, and this is called body, right? So you can observe the code here. This is HTML tag, this is the head tag, this is the title tag. The page title is going to be displayed on the title of the particular web page. That is called title bar. You can call this as the title bar. And this is the heading one. So head one is like in bold letters, right? This is has to be written in body tag. So whatever is written in the within the body tags, that is going to be displayed here. So one is the head tag and one is the paragraph, right? So P indicates that this is a paragraph. So you can write any number of paragraphs. So for each paragraph, you need to use one paragraph tag, right? So this is the basic structure of the web page. So this is called title. So the title tag must be written in head tag, and this is called a body information or the particular web page body. So whatever the information you want to display on the body, that should be defined in the body tag, and body tag must be lies below the head tag and above the HTML tag, right? So types of HTML tags. So what are the different tags? So we already discussed what is tag, right? So now we can move on to the what are the different tags here. So there are two different tags. What are the two elements? Basic elements or basic components are only tag and attribute. And here the types of tags are two types. That is one container tag and empty tag, or container element, empty element, or empty tag. So the container tags nothing but the contains starting tag, ending tag. That is called a container element. So container element or container tag nothing but it should contain the both starting and ending tags. And there will be one more tag that is does not contain the end tag. That is called an empty element or empty tag. So empty tag is nothing but which contains only starting tag. It does not contain the end tags, right? So we have two different types. One is called container elements and empty elements. So container means it contains both starting and ending tags, whereas empty element will contain only the starting tags. So these are the two different tags, container and empty. Container means it should contain the end tag. Just define it as container means it should contain the end tag, and empty means does not contain the end tag. So example for container, you can use HTML or header tag or title tag or body tag. So for empty element which should not contain the end tag, that is called break. This is used for break. So break br nothing but here. This is a break which it does not contain the end tag. So simply we have to use the only static. This is used for to break the line or to how to move the next line, right? So HTML elements with no content are called empty elements. So we don't specify any information in the empty element. So where you don't want to require any information you want to display, there you can use this empty element. Like if you want to move the next line, there you need not require any information like please move to the new line, right? No need to specify the text, right? So in that case, you can use this empty element. Like if you want to draw a horizontal line or vertical line, there you require only simple tag, right? So no need to use the end tag. So here the break tag defines a line break and it's an empty element without closing tag. So this is empty element. And container element, you should contain the data in between open and close tag, right? Like title or like head tag or body. So in between open and close tag, you need to specify something content. So that is going to be displayed on the body of the web page. And these are the tags used in HTML. Already discussed about this. HTML, head, title, body, right? So HTML describes the web page that is to be viewed by the web browser. Head tag defines the header section, like it includes the title and description of the web page. So title will show the title of the particular web page. Body will contain the content of the particular web page. And next, move on to the various concepts like how to write the headings, how to write the paragraphs, how to use the breaks. So what is a break? How to use the move to the new line, and how to use the horizontal rules. Horizontal rule means how to draw a horizontal line, right? So in the upcoming slides, we are going to learn about these headings, paragraphs, breaks, and horizontal rule. So first we'll start with the headings. So here is the head tags. It should contain. This is a container tag. Head or paragraph. Head and paragraphs comes under container tags. And break and horizontal rules are empty elements or empty tag. So these two are contained both starting and ending tag. These two are contains only starting tag. So coming to the headings. So inside the body element, the heading elements H1 through H6. So totally we have 6 head tags. So generally used for major division of the document. So headings are permitted to appear in any order, but you will obtain the best results when your document are displayed in the browser if you follow these guidelines. Like H1 should be used to highest level of heading. So if you want to use the highest level of heading with the font size some bigger with the bold, right? There you have to use H1 tag, and H2 is the next highest, and so on. So based on your requirement, use the level of the particular heading, right? And note, use HTML headings or for headings only. So don't use headings to make text big or bold. So we can use another style or how to increase that particular text of the heading. So these heading tags from H1 to H6 or by default there will be some fixed text size, right? So based on your requirements, you can use where you want to use H1 or where you want to H2 like. or if you want to some requirements you want to use from 1 to 6, so use the same order from H1 to H6. So don't use that in different order. So that it looks not good, right? So this is HX. So X nothing but that is a number of the headings. If you can use H1 here, the same must be used here. The closing heading's name and open heading the tag and closed heading tag must be same. Don't use the H1 here and H2 here. Open heading tag and closed heading tag must be same. And we'll discuss about. We'll come back to here how to use the bigger headings. So these are the headings. Like this is heading tag 1, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6. So totally we have 6 headings with the text in bold with some larger size based on the heading. So H1 will have the highest heading and H6 will have the lowest heading, right? So try to go with this, right? So where we have to return in, whether I can return in a head tag or HTML or title or somewhere. So whatever the information you want to display on the web page, you should write in body tag only, right? So this is body of web page, right? I want to use some headings here. Like starts with the heading 1. You can use lowercase, uppercase, right? Because HTML is a non-case sensitive. So this is heading 1. So just copy it and try to modify the heading numbers. Five, 6. H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Right? So these are the different heading tags, right? From H1 to H6. So H1 is the highest heading, H6 is the lowest heading, right? And this is the open H1 tag. This is closed H1 tag. So don't use the combination of H1 with H2. That will not work, right? And HTML does not display any errors. If you are trying to do some mistakes here, it does not display anything. Where is our website? Someone wants to join. Just refresh the page, right? Oh, but we are not getting any error here, right? It easily works. But HTML5 will ignore the closed tag. Sometimes it ignores the head tags. Sorry, HTML5 version will ignore the closed tags. Sometimes it can be automatically added that closed tag, but it should must compulsory with the right starting tag. So if you are H2 here, H1 here, that is going to be works with H2 only, right? But when the other users by looking this, they might be understand like what is H1 type. So if you write like H2 here, there is no meaning of that, right? They can't understand what is the tag. Whether this user, right? So this is heading tag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the predefined heading tags. So that is meaning that predefined means the text is in bold and the size of the particular text is also predefined. We can't modify this. Okay, these are the predefined sizes. So based on your requirements, you can use right from H1 to the H6. So this is the heading tags. Now the question comes now. Now what happens if you want to increase the heading size, right? So that will solve by this concept. That is called, we need to go for the one more concept, that is CSS styling. That is cascaded style sheet. This is another formatting language like HTML, right? So this is used for to more rich look in the HTML web page, right? So each HTML heading has a default size, right? We already discussed that from H1 to H6, they have a default size. So we can't increase that without using the particular tags. So without additional information, we can't increase or decrease that particular size. So however, we can specify the size of any heading with the help of style attribute. So style is also called one of name of the attribute. So what is attribute? So attribute is nothing but an additional information to the existing tag. So what is, how you write the attribute? Specify the attribute name equal to value, right? So here you can observe it, the attribute name is style here, then equals to, then you need to specify the value here. What is the value? I want to increase my size of the font size, right? Or the text size. So the name is here again font size. I want to increase my font size with the 60 pixel size, so that there is going to be increased. So based on the number you specified here, you can use in pixels or you can use in a percentage also, like 10%, 20%, 100%, 300% also you can use. Okay, so just go with this attribute if you want to further increase or decreasing the existed heading size, right? Let's go with this. So what is the attribute name? That is style. And what is the value here? You need to specify the font size with the number, right? And this value must be like in double quotes, right? And it should end with the semicolon. So this is not a HTML attribute. This is related to the CSS, cascaded style sheet. This is the another formatting language like HTML. So if you want to add more rich or feel look to the existed web page, we need to use the CSS style, right? So I want to increase this heading 1 more, or I want to increase some heading 4 size more. Then we need to go for this style attribute, right? Now go with it. So where we want to use the attributes? Can anyone tell where we want to use the attribute? The starting tag only. So where is the starting tag? Here. Write the style equals to, can I increase the size of this? Is able to see this text? So style equals to font size, then colon, then specify the numbers here, 10, then specify the semicolon and the double quotes. Okay. Now save it. Right. So here is the heading 1. This is the 10 pixel size. Heading 1 now. Right. So if you want to add some 100 pixels, now just refresh it. This is a 100 pixel size. Right. So for here we are not changing this names 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There will be confusion, right? Which is the heading 1 and which is heading 2, 4, 6. Right? So this is heading 1 with the pixels of 100. So there you can use percentage also here. Right? This is right. is depends on the percentage, and you can use the pixels also. Okay. 50. Right. So like that, we can add the different size of the headings you want. If you want 5 size, 30, right? So here is the heading 5. Now modify it with the existed default size. So this is the attribute. What is the attribute name? Style attribute, which is used to add further size of the particular headings if you want. Otherwise, those headings are comes with the default size. So you can use the default sizes, or if you want to add more information by using style attribute, by increasing or decreasing the size of the particular heading. This is about headings. Next, move on to the paragraphs. So paragraphs tags nothing but this. If we indicate the character P, that is called a paragraph tag. So paragraphs allows you add text to the document in such way that it will automatically adjust the end of the line and suit the window size of the browser in which it is being displayed. So each line of text will stretch the entire length of the window. Right here, you can observe here. So if you write the information in the paragraph, that information is going to be stretched up to this end of this web page. Right? So it's automatically adjusted with that window size or that web page size. So how to write that? By using a tag called P. So this is also a container tag. That means it should contain the open and close tag. So in between you need to write something here. Like just copy enter text and place it here. Right? So now I am going to save this. Right? So this is going to adjust based on the window size here. So up to this. Right? So after this it is going to place the text in the next line. So right. Like that.
నాకు దగ్గర పోదామంటే మటన్ చూసి భయపడతాను అంతే వస్తుంది.
Is that? I want to add one more text. So like this paragraph is going to be displayed. Right? So as we discussed that, it's going to be automatically adjusted with that window size or that web page size. So like that you can create any number of paragraphs in a single web page. Right? You can add one more paragraph also. Right? This is another paragraph. Right? So like that you can write your description. My name is something. I am from so I am studying this. Like you can create your own paragraph, or you can write your all the subject information in a single web page also. Right? So this is about a paragraph. And you can observe here the same code I am going to show here. The paragraph 1. First I am going to write the heading 1, then paragraph, then second heading, some paragraph, then third heading, some paragraph. Right? So paragraph is also comes with the default size. So if you want to increase the size of the paragraph also, you can increase by using the previous attribute, that is style. So if I want to increase the size of paragraph 1, style equals to font size. So use some 20 pixels, right? Now save it and refresh the web page, right? So this is going to be increased, right? The size of this paragraph. So like you can add the style attribute for any tag. That can be works for even title or even body tag or even for headings. So you can increase the size of title bar also. Just right. Right, my first web page. So after here, this is my first web page. It is in some lower size, right? Now just refresh it, right? My first web page, right? So like that you can add any size of the particular paragraph or title also or body of the text. This is about 40 size, right? So this is with the 20 pixels, right? So this is about the paragraph. So any queries you can ask. You can disturb me in between middle also, right? So don't hesitate to ask. Please feel free to ask the questions. You can disturb me while going lecture is going also. The next is a title attribute. So this is another attribute. This is not a tag. So we have already a tag with the name title, right? We have a tag name. This is the name of the tag title, right? So that is a container element. Title is a container element which is used in the header tag, right? And we can also use the same title for the attribute also. What is the difference between the tag and attribute? So tag must contain open tag and close tag, whereas attribute contains the only start tag, right? So here we are going to discuss about the title attribute or the title tag. So title attribute means the title attribute defines some extra information about an element. So if you want to describe particular element, right? So you can use this title attribute. So the value of the title. So what is attribute? We need to specify the attribute name equals to value. So whatever the value you specified, the value of that particular title attribute will be displayed on a tooltip when you mouse over the element. So when you move your mouse cursor on the particular element, that is going to be displayed. Like you can observe here, the title attribute. So let us assume, for example, this is the information. So when you place the cursor on this attribute, that is going to be displayed like this with the one text box, and this is the value that you specified in the attribute. So when you place the cursor on the particular element, that is going to be displayed like this with the text box information. This is the additional information that you want to display for the particular tag. Let us go for the here. I want to create one H2 tag, heading number 2. So H2, right? And this is the close tag, this is the open tag up to here, right? And this is the that information what we want to display. And this is the title attribute with the heading 2 will be displayed, right? Now I want to add some information, extra information to this title with the using title attribute. So title attribute means this is attribute name, this is equal to value. So within the value I want to use some IMA header 2, like. So when I place the cursor on this number, that is going to be displayed this information. Let us try to work out with this. So write the heading 1 or 2, whatever you want. Okay. So this is heading 1, and now close the head tag. Right, now save it. Just refresh it. Now we can able to see this is heading 1, right? So just place the cursor anywhere, nothing else, right? So nothing displayed. Now if you want to display, I want to know what is this text. So I need some additional information about this. When I place the cursor here, it is going to display the additional information, right? So just try to modify that. Use the now title attribute here. So title is attribute name is equal to this is, or simply just use heading 1. So that when the other person or whoever the person which don't have the knowledge of this HTML information, so when I'm going to place the cursor, now it's going to display, oh, this is heading 1. So by seeing that, he can able to understand the concept, right? So this is nothing but the title attribute will add additional information to the existing tags. Save it, right? So observe here, nothing else, right? So just refresh it. So for every modification in the notepad, you should refresh it. Otherwise, the modification will not apply to this web page. So after modifying each code, you need to refresh your web page to apply the modification. Right? Now you can place the cursor here. This is going to display like heading 1. So whatever you written in the title attribute, that is going to be displayed within this text. Okay. So you can place anywhere within the heading 1, that is going to be displayed. Once you cross that heading 1, right? So this is about title attribute. So next topic is break. So I need a break, please.